midstream here. What I'm getting at is it's awareness that I try to bring to women, wake them up. It starts with the outrage. We have to believe that someone is being victimized to take a stand and to wake up. But it's just meant to wake you up, this concept of victim. If you hold on to this concept that women are victims of men, then it eventually creates the opposite effect over time, because that has to then mean there's an inherent weakness somewhere. Now, the only weakness is in our belief system. The weakness is in our weak beliefs, in our weak structures, in our weak cultural institutions. They're weak because they're not inclusive. They're weak because they're not based in truth. They're weak because they're based in power and control. So when a woman stands up and says, we're not victims anymore, or stands on behalf of victims, again, that's fine initially and necessary. I'm going to repeat that because anyone can take this out of context. It is important and necessary initially. But after we're awakened to this and we're taking a stand on behalf of anyone's rights, and here we're speaking about women specifically since you brought it up, eventually we have to understand we all have full power here once we're awake. And we won't take this shit anymore. And we will then take hold of our natural rights. And will it take time? Well, we live in a time-space continuum, so if we didn't, it would happen instantly. But since we do, we're going to see this change over time. But we have to stay awake in that time. And the more people wake up, the more people that join in, the more changes that can occur. But if it's done from the basis that the truth is that women are victims, if it remains there, because that's not a truth, that's a belief based on, again, lack of insight, so people being in a conditioned sleep state. The truth is women are powerful once they wake up and start doing this. And you get more of the characters of life joining in, men and women alike. Transgender. All kinds of genders alike involved in that. We're all powerful. And it'll change faster. This will happen much more rapidly. There's an old Twilight Zone episode called Shadow Play, and in it, the main character keeps reliving a dream. And he has to convince everyone inside that dream it's just a dream, so he can create a change, because he keeps waking up, being electrified in an electric chair, and it's very painful to wake up like that. So he tries to get as many of these dream characters to understand this is not the truth. And so I use that as an example to compare what we're doing for anyone's rights. Anyone's rights. It's hard to disperse them all. I've stood by the rights of people of minority, of color, minority meaning ethnicities, then color, women, now LGBTQ, and there's more that letters being added that I'm coming to understand. The transgender issues. At the end of the day, it's all one issue, and it's because we're asleep to the power that each one of us personally has, that we don't know we have yet. So nobody argues this when there's a movie. I mean, I saw a movie in the 80s called Working Girl, and there was no problem in watching that woman process and coming into her own power. And in the 90s or the 2000s, Bridget Jones coming into her own power and finding out who she really is. There's no issues that you go from feeling like a victim to finding your power, because you can't find something that's never been there. You don't grow power, you find it. It's there waiting. And if you believe that you have to grow it, then you're stuck in the cycle of belief of domination, superiority versus inferiority, and victim. And that way of thinking and believing perpetually creates that over and over again. The intention of the concept of victim is to wake us up, to have us go, wait a minute, this is not right, to be so outraged we wake up. And then the next step is to become aware and stay awake, so we can become aware that we all have power within. As the old saying goes, if you don't go within, you go without.